meaty man slapping meat.
Yeah.
I wasn't as good transition, but whatever. Yo, what's popping? All my peeps, it is I, your host with the most, Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back in the yard of streams for Crown Jewel predictions, powered and presented to you by Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And we can't just have me predicting and royal rambling on about Crown Jewel. You can't do it without the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's popping, girl?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. What's
Hey,
going on?
yo. Hey, yo. What if I just
Hey.
said that? Did I ever tell you that I used to have a Twitter screen name that was Hey, yo, Sara?
See, I feel like that's a really good name for like your own WWE talk show.
Hey, yo, Sara? Hey, yo, Sara? Why would I say hey to myself?
Hey, just hey yo, Sara.
Hey, yo, with Sara.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, whatever. I think it'd
I
just
don't
be a good little. We talked about talk shows yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was relevant.
Yeah, so I used to have a Twitter handle that was Hey, yo, Sara. So,
Is it still around?
no, because I changed it after.
Ah.
Yeah, well, because I got irritated with the two Y's being next to each other. Hey,
Oh, it wasn't
yo.
like aesthetically pleasing.
No.
Oh, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say ayo to some peeps. We got David.
Hello. Hey.
Iggy Martinez, who's saying that Crown Jewel is looking stacked. We got Bernard coming off of listening to Shatter, the Bray Wyatt theme, which, if you haven't checked out me as the Eater of Worlds, Instagram, Pitsy35, my costume was, I'd say 10 out of 10, Sarah. 10,
You're
10
welcome.
out of 10.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato! David, what's up to you too? So yeah, Sarah, usually we're not recording until tomorrow. But
Friday. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're usually not recording till tomorrow, but we got a pay-per-view this week. We're a PLE to you Gen Zers and children out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta predict some shit.
Yep.
We gotta predict some matches.
Is this your way of transitioning?
I'm just introducing the pay-per-view. I wasn't transitioning
Okay.
right into the matches. I was going to start with you giving your thoughts about the pay-per-view overall. So a little rewind.
I'm excited.
There you go. You can just take it away.
I am excited because I think that the card got a lot better than I was anticipating it to be. As we were saying, there's only 2 of the 7 matches that are not for a title. So that is cool. And yeah, I'm kind of hopeful that it'll be really good and that we will actually see some title changes because I'm kind of tired of there not being title changes. However, there's some that I don't want to change hands. So I'm like excited, but I'm nervous because I don't want to be disappointed,
We're getting I have all sorts of feels about different title changes and whatnot, especially with the main event in the Undisputed Universal Champion of the World. That one, like, I don't know. I just watched the Revolution post a video of some guy that made a hype video for LA Knight. Yeah. And it used the song Invincible by Skillet. I don't know. I wanted to run through a brick wall after watching it, and every fiber of my being said, how could you not put the title on this man?
Yeah.
Which obviously I quote tweeted, and I think I said the exact thing, not verbatim, but tomato potato. So, but like, you got to think big picture too. Like, all right, yeah, you can win for the pop and whatnot, but then what the hell do you do with the ball? So there's a lot going into it before we make our final predictions. And that's just one match. We could probably do it for all of them, which we are going to do it for all of them. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. So, Sarah, kick us off with the first match that you think of the night. Oh, we think this is going to start. Okay. Oh, and we're, for all the peeps, we're keeping official records here. We started last time. I lost the paper. but I'm getting a manila folder and we're going to keep record of it. Because why the fuck not? So, all right, Sarah, take it away.
All right. So Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. I am torn on this because it feels like it's going to go to Logan Paul, but I just have such an issue with that, and I've talked about it before, but I have an issue with it because other than the fact that he is not a consistent performer, like he doesn't show up every single week for SmackDown. Maybe that'll change, but I don't see they haven't given any indication that that's going to happen, nor has he said that. I have that issue with him being given a title, but then I also have an issue with having two part-time champions on the same show. Like, no, I can't. Like, if you're really trying to establish SmackDown to be equal to Raw, having two champions on the show, basically the top champions on the show, not be on consistently is a problem and a bad business decision. And as I said when we talked about it before, they don't need the title on Logan to like bring more people to watch SmackDown. It's not a transaction for both of them, like I don't see what the benefit of it is because Logan is not like doing all sorts of other things. He doesn't have a boxing match in 3 weeks that it's like, oh yeah, he could like walk around with the title. Like, they're so involved with all different types of sports and sending over championships and stuff like that custom that I don't really feel like you need it to be put on Logan. So I'm probably gonna pick Logan just because I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I just think it's wrong. I don't
I'm going with Logan too.
Because I feel like you're mocking me.
No, I'm going with Logan too.
Okay.
No.
I think it's the wrong decision.
Like, I'm not gonna say if it's not or agree with you or not because I see both sides.
So you're cool with Roman being gone and Logan being gone from a show. So that means LA Knight has nothing to go for. That means all the other guys that are on SmackDown, they have no titles to go for because the people are never there. You're fine with that?
No, I think he's going to stay for a bit.
You really think Logan's going to do that?
I mean,
he has nothing to do.
KO. So then you have him feud with KO for the US title, and then KO brings it back to SmackDown, and he does a whole thing about part-timers and Roman and whatnot, and then that leads to KO getting the title, defending it every week, or at least semi-weekly, and then going on a good title reign to bring legitimacy back to it, and then it's back to being on a level that the Intercontinental got to because of Gunther.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
All right, well,
it'll get more legitimate, but it's not going to be on the same level, anywhere near the same level.
No, the illegitimate. No, but for a while, the Intercontinental was just a hot potato.
I know, but giving it to Kevin Owens is not just gonna, and having him fight every week is not going to be like, yep, okay, this is equal. No, still a U.S. title.
It's a legitimate secondary title on a major show.
Yeah, and
right now it's not,
and that's why Logan shouldn't win because he's not dedicated to being around. So,
but he might. I'm putting you in.
But see, we don't know. You don't know. He hasn't said anything about becoming a full-time wrestler. He's never said that. So, Remy, you're really irritating me.
All right, I'll play devil's advocate for another question. Do you think that if he does win, and maybe he shows up, twice, once every 2 or 3 weeks?
No, that's not okay.
It's not but wouldn't that elevate other talent that needs to get on TV?
And what are they doing? They're just in a bunch of exhibition matches. So how's that fun?
But it's starting cooking up feuds and legitimizing guys.
That doesn't involve a champion.
But eventually it will, because you need contenders for the title, and there's no.
Yeah, but how can you build up contenders that have their eyes on a championship if the champion's not there?
At this
Like,
point,
do
you
you
can cut a
not?
social media clip, and
Do you see how they had to just randomly put LA Knight against Roman? That wasn't something that's been brewing. That just happened. And they basically
because
had to go with it. But it's because Roman hasn't been around. He doesn't have anyone to go against, and they haven't been trying to push anybody into the title picture on SmackDown because they can't when Roman's not there. And I feel like if that's the same thing, if Logan's not there, then no one it would be pointless. There's nothing for them to fight for because then the world champion's gone and then the next title's gone. I mean, I don't want Logan to be champion at all because I don't think that he needs a title to be hated or to feel legitimate to people. I would be less opposed to it if he became a regular person on SmackDown. I'm just not into the idea of having the top 2 titles on one show be held by people who are not there consistently. I'm not like that's already an issue. Like the US title has been on SmackDown and no one has given a crap about it because like no one gives a crap about it. If you then have it off of TV, why am I supposed to give a crap about it when it is on TV? Like
because they need the right person to hold the title, and Ray right now is just a placeholder, not the person for
I
it.
understand that. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't be opposed to Logan winning if he shows up. Like I'm not okay with him being champion and then parading around Hollywood on his podcast with the title and missing SmackDown after SmackDown after SmackDown. No, that's a prop. That's you chasing clout. That's not you being a champion.
You don't think the WWE see that him bringing around that title with their logo on it isn't at least bringing some viewers and eyes onto
That's
their
what
product?
I just said. What I said at the beginning. No, yes, that's something.
Yeah,
But it's not going to work. What has Logan done?
It's not gonna work.
What has Logan done? Does Logan put asses in seats? No. These
He puts
shows.
eyes on televisions.
No, he does not.
Yes, he absolutely the viral moves he does for sure.
Yeah, the viral videos that he posts. There are not a ton of Logan Paul fans buying Peacock to watch his match or watch WWE. It's not happening.
But they're tuning into
Raw. Even watch the TV. He doesn't even watch the program when he's not there. Like, come on. You expect his fans to watch it when he doesn't? Stop.
I'll just say there's a lot of guys that also just perform and go home.
Okay, but they're and how often are they there? They're there every single week, and they sometimes will watch the entire show and then go home. So
yeah, this okay.
Logan doesn't even know the basic stuff. Like he was probably out there last week and they were chanting what at him, and he's still being like, "What is that? Why are you saying what?" Okay.
All right, I got you in for Logan Paul winning it. Even
part of me doesn't even want to pick Logan now.
I can scribble it out. I mean,
we'll come back to it. All
right, so we're gonna put a circle here.
Are there any comments that are related to
well,
this?
Dicky Martinez is a lot. Okay. Ashton, not a fan of Logan Paul.
Same. I know, and I don't like that he's on the background and he's staring at me. I don't like it.
It's just his eyes.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's hilarious. Okay, let me Ray was a solid transitional champion. He's never meant to have a long reign, which
doesn't mean it has to be Logan.
That's true. I'll give you that. David Allin stamping his approval that Ray is going to win
that
this
would be
match.
Nice for Ray. That would be
retribution from their Mania match when he lost to Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's for a title, and like I don't know if Ray was even on the card last year for Saudi. So, I don't remember.
Huge step up.
Maybe.
Well, it's a lengthy comment, but I'll read it.
Okay.
Kill two birds with one stone. Fuel an intriguing story. Ray battling heel Santos while bringing heat on to Logan. He will brag like crazy being champ, which will bring more attention than Ray did. So yeah, using your mouth to get eyes on the product. I mean,
that's fine as long as he is there at SmackDown.
If Logan and Roman are gone, maybe we can see more attention towards divisions of need. That's what I was saying. Men's tags. That's where my mind goes.
Yeah, but then who wants to sit there and watch SmackDown every week? There's no champions. And what Fox already had issues with Roman not being there. You think that they're going to be okay with having 2 champions not be there? Stop. If I were Fox, I'd be lighting the world on fire.
What if Ray retains a championship at Crown Jewel and Carlito turns on him and he goes after the US title? What are your thoughts?
I said that weeks ago. How many times did I say that?
That would be cool. That's where my
I see what you did there.
Yeah, friggin' funny.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Rude.
Then I say John Cena versus Solo Sikoa.
Okay.
This is kind of a tricky one because they're kind of going into it with like 2 big factors from both of them. We have John Cena, who hasn't won a match in over 2,000 something days, right? So he's like, he said that a couple weeks ago before he like had an open challenge that didn't happen, except he like beat down Solo and that was it. And then he like pulled a near Mark Henry last week, acting like he was going to retire or he was going to start sobbing because he hasn't won a solo match in however. But then you also have Solo, who is protected from being pinned. He's been pinned by Cody, and then he's been pinned by who was the last one that he pinned him?
LA Knight.
Oh, right. Yeah. So basically he's only been pinned, I think, twice on TV, because I believe he's been pinned on live
house shows. I don't count those.
But John Cena to me feels like a guy that they obviously would allow to pin Solo.
Here's my thinking. It's not a clean finish. So I'm going with Solo.
So Jimmy is getting involved. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, I feel like it depends on what they value more, because like, if they're really trying to build up Solo to be the enforcer who can't be beaten, especially if they're going to eventually have Roman be beaten, and maybe Roman gets beaten before Solo gets beaten, or maybe if my theory, Solo was the one to dethrone Roman or something, I don't know. Then yeah, I can see them being like, okay, yeah, we're going to protect Solo as long as possible. And it doesn't really mean a whole lot for Cena to win or to lose, really, other than like, oh no, he's still not won a singles match in 2,000 days.
And that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things that he hasn't won a solos match.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go with Solo. I agree. I think that Jimmy will get involved somehow. I wouldn't be surprised if like Jay shows up or something to try and help Cena, but I just don't think it's gonna. Because again, this is a match they kind of threw together at the last second, and it doesn't hold a whole lot of meaning. So I feel like it doesn't really matter who wins or who loses.
No, in my eyes, the best case scenario would be Solo win, dirty finish with Jimmy super kick, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a weird feeling that Cena will get a win. Again, dirty finish.
Maybe a Jimmy DQ or something.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I was gonna go
because
Jimmy tries to help and super kick Solo, or does that move they teased at the house shows.
Yeah, something, or even a DQ. So technically Cena won, but technically Solo wasn't pinned, so it kind of is still protecting them. But yeah, I think that this could be another moment where Cena's putting over a guy. So it seems like, okay, yeah, Cena is going to lose, so to help further push Solo,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm like, am I moving on or what?
No. We got comments. I'm thinking out some things. Yeah, I could see like a DQ. I don't know. There's a lot I'm thinking. Let's see what the peeps think. Oh man, Mob's here. How we
doing?
Good to see. To be honest, Solo and Cena is my second least interested match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's again the 2 matches he doesn't care about are the ones that aren't titles, so I don't blame him.
Point.
Yeah,
because I think Solo wins clean. Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised. It also gives the bloodline momentum going into Roman's match, so maybe you're gonna be like, oh no, because the thing about it is like that I think would make you feel even more that Roman's winning, even though I think at the end of the day we all know that Roman's winning. What would be kind of sick is if that one ends in a DQ that makes LA Knight win, but Roman retains. How sick would that be? because that would be like kind of putting. Okay, we need to wait, but still, that would be kind of a sick finish for LA Knight, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it would be a very sick finish.
Yeah.
But it's the Dusty.
I know, but it's not the same though. This isn't the end of his career. Like he's never gonna have another chance. You know what I mean? Better to do it with LA Knight and not Cody. That would be so messed up to do it to Cody.
Oh, you can't do it to Cody. That'd just be rude.
That would be mean.
That would be
I'd
rude.
cry. I'd be like, "What are they doing to you, boy?"
Ooh, what do we feel about this?
Possible because people were saying they believe that AJ Styles versus Roman is probably happening next, which I am here for, bro. Do it. But that's the thing. We also have to expect Randy coming back. So there's that also. But the problem with AJ versus Roman is that like Roman's not scheduled for Survivor Series, so we're really just gonna have AJ versus Roman and at Royal Rumble or at like a random SmackDown.
We're gonna have, well, then he'd be on SmackDown.
Yeah, but he probably wouldn't defend it until like January. You know, like at the beginning or something. So that's the thing, is like it's kind of hard to think about like what Roman's next feuds are, because one, we don't know if he's going to actually be showing up on SmackDowns because he's not scheduled for Survivor Series right now. So that means that he could not be back until Royal Rumble, where he is scheduled. But if that's the case, then it's like we can't even think about what his feuds are going to be, because that's 2 months away. So
that's true.
More than 2 months away, because at the end of January.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if we have any more here. I don't know if Jay pinned Solo.
I know that's what Richard said as well. I think he did when it was the tag match, the Usos versus Solo and Roman. They're not gonna have Roman be pinned, right? Because he pinned Roman. Or no,
Roman. No, he pinned Roman. That was the whole point.
Okay, so no, he didn't. I don't remember then. If he pinned Solo, maybe he did. I don't remember. I don't know. But that's the thing. It's been so few and far between that Solo has been pinned. I can't remember. I just remember Cody did in the lead up to Mania, and LA Knight did like in this lead up. I just don't remember the others.
He's well protected. If we can't remember the last time, how many times he's been pinned. That for sure says something. All right, moving on. What do we got?
Io Sky versus Bianca Belair for the women's championship. It's funny because, you know, as I said before we went live, I was like, I don't really know what my predictions are. I don't know what I'm going to say, when I'm feeling, whatever. And earlier I had looked at people's predictions, and I was kind of surprised at how many of them were saying they feel Bianca is going to win. I don't agree.
I
think
either.
I'm picking Io. And the reason why is because Io needs the championship more than Bianca. We just had Bianca be champion for over a year, and kudos to her. It was a phenomenal reign, and she's incredible. But it doesn't make sense for her to be champion again right now. Like, it's not beneficial to her. It's beneficial to Io right now. And it can continue, like Bailey can get involved or something, right? Or
did we see she got left at the airport?
Bailey got left at the airport? What?
Did you see the post she had on Instagram?
No.
She was at the airport and she was looking for Io, and it's like, where's Io? And it was like Io went on it. I think she was doing it for kayfabe purposes of like, oh, Io left me at the airport. Kayfabe. But
okay.
Still very interesting that. Just interesting tidbit that she may not have her.
All I'm saying is Bianca teased facing Bailey, so I would rather see that because I don't think Bianca needs to be champion right now. I think Io does, and I feel like this would be another solid match for Io to add to her resume as champion, to have beaten Bianca.
How do you think this match ends?
Do I have to predict that?
I'm just going because we have three matches, 3 of the same pick, so I'm trying to get some difference here.
I think Bailey's going to get involved, but I don't know. I don't have a feeling.
All right, so I'll put for both of us, Bailey will get, because I think the exact same thing. So I think Bailey will somehow get involved right in there. Because wouldn't it make, like, I don't know, plays into the whole Bianca Bailey feud next, and it gives
Mhm.
Bianca something. My big question is where in the world is Jade Cargill?
They teased her going to Raw, so that doesn't matter, really.
Okay. Do we think she makes an appearance?
Of
Lightning
course,
round.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where my mind was going.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get a segment or something, or maybe she comes to commentary or something and watches that match, or she watches Rhea's match, you know. I mean, she's shown up everywhere. She was at NXT, she's been at Raw, she's been at SmackDown, she's been at pay-per-views, so it's like
Yeah,
she's
they're really making her
probably
trajectory.
it might not maybe she won't be there present, like, because it is in Saudi, so maybe she's not going to be there, but they might. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something about her for sure.
Okay, yeah, agree with that. All
All
right, let's
right.
get some comments here before we move on. Bianca doesn't need it right now. Please let Io win. I don't want another Bianca reign anytime soon. I want to see difference. Let's get some change. Let's see some, Io facing off against random people that aren't in the usual title mix.
Yep.
Kind of what
Well,
Becky was doing.
and that's what our always the main problem is with the people who kept being championed. It was like the same people over and over, and it's like Io is different, and she's had a good reign. It might not be like everyone's favorite, but she's had great matches that are very underrated. And I don't want to see Bianca become like the next Charlotte, who just keeps getting championship and then losing it and then getting the title again and losing it. Like, I don't want that for her. I don't want it. I don't want to get to a point where I'm sick of Bianca because she's so like in the title picture. You know what I mean?
And she's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
Ooh.
Oh,
Dickie.
that's right.
Io wins due to Kairi's Sane sub, leading to a storyline where Io has to choose between Bailey and her longtime friend Kairi. Io chooses Kairi, betrays Bailey. She finally got sick of
Maybe Bailey interferes in the match and like actually makes Io almost lose or something like that. And then Kairi comes out to make sure that she wins. And that is like, because I feel like something has to happen between her and Bailey in order for her to just want to like completely, like, if all of that is going to happen on Saturday, then something has to happen between Io and Bailey for that to make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there needs to be a catalyst there. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that down. I got a little section here for potential returns. So if
Okay.
any pop into mind, I like that. Because her Japan contract, I think she wrestled her last match. So
she's been rumored to be coming back for a while now. So I'm still LOLing at the people who think my Josh McDaniels has been seen at Logan Airport tweet is that the infamous photo. Yeah, is Josh McDaniels was at Logan Airport. And people are like, Sara, LOL, that's not what he looks like. I'm like, that's the joke. Okay.
I love how much I hate people, and I hate how much I love them at the same time.
Yeah, because I'm like, guys, that's a joke within the joke.
Oh my god, people gotta gain some brains, bro.
All right, then Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest for continuing the story, and Damian feeling like he's solidifying his leadership role within the Judgment Day. This one has me conflicted too.
No, I
think I kind of am leaning towards Cody is winning.
Oh my god, same. We're continue because we're the same.
Okay.
I'm picking Cody too.
Based on the fact that they're trying to make the dynamic within the Judgment Day contentious, it feels like we need Cody Rhodes to win and Damian to further question his role within the Judgment Day, whether it's because someone from the Judgment Day gets involved and tries to be a distraction to benefit Damian, and then it doesn't work, or maybe we see another JD moment where he hits Damian instead of hitting Cody, and that's what costs Damian the match. I think we're going to see something along those lines probably, and that's what costs Damian the match, which then further gets him angry about the Judgment Day, and maybe Rhea isn't there and so she can't answer to like, why did this happen? Why did you send them out? Why did they do this? How could you do this to me? Blah blah blah. I feel like that makes sense. I don't really understand Cody trying to be like, I'm furthering my story. You're not really with Damian Priest because he's not a champion and he's not in your way to the championship. But, I think that Damian losing further pushes the storyline of the Judgment Day more so than pushing Cody towards being champion. So that makes the most sense to me.
I initially was where you were, or what you just said. However, this really feels like a moment to really tease the cash in, and like another moment to tease the cash in, where I feel like Damian wins with the help of JD to get him in his good graces,
Okay.
and world heavyweight title match hasn't happened yet. Neither has
Okay.
the Roman Reigns one.
Mhm.
So you got one more match before it, and then backstage segment with Judgment Day about how good Damian feels after the win. He feels so good that he could take on the world, so good that he could cash in his money in the bank, and then Rhea stops him and says, "No, you're riding high. Don't wait. Like, you don't know what's going on out there or whatever. Like, just take this, enjoy your moment, and celebrate with the Judgment Day because we're back on top." Something like that.
Okay. So
And
you're
that's
picking.
going to piss
Okay.
Damian off. So I'm
You're
going with
basic.
Damian Priest.
I don't know how much you actually believe that and how much of it is that you just want to have a different pick than me.
Well, initially at first I wanted to be different. However,
This kind
I
of
just
plays with
thought
what
about
you
that.
said yesterday anyway.
Yeah. So I just feel it. I feel like we're going to get some sort of tease, and this is the most logical way to do it. So
I would love for him to tease it on both Roman and on Seth or whoever the winner is. You know what I mean? I would
yeah,
love for it to be like he comes out and you think that he's going to cash in on Seth or Drew, and then it doesn't happen. But then he also comes out during Roman and LA Knight's match. Like that would be kind of fun.
be a little tease. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get some comments here about that. Oh, knocked the mic over. Bernard, I think Cody's winning. Damian's going to cash in on Seth. Oh, all right.
Successful cash in. So that means that he thinks Seth's winning.
All right. That's his pick of Seth's winning.
Yeah.
We got a loss to Cody will fuel Priest to say F it
Um,
and cash in, even though it could lead to failure.
if he fails to cash in, that also plays along with him like questioning himself, and like then it would be like a hit to his ego, or it's like, okay, I failed, I can't be the leader, like maybe I am a follower. Like that is a part that could happen for sure.
Followed Edge into the Judgment Day. Now he's following Rhea when he was the
Mm-hmm.
first one in the Judgment Day, the OG member with Edge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of entanglement there that is very interesting to explore. So he obviously with that, Cody beats Priest even on one ankle. Okay. All right. Okay, do we have anything else here? All Dickie's thoughts here. I think Cody's speech will feed into Priest's mindset. Yeah, pretty much what you said, Sarah. Rhea walking all over him, making
Mm-hmm.
decisions for everyone, and he'll either get kicked out or leave soon. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, we finally got our first differentiating pick. There we go.
All right. Then we have the Fatal 5-Way for the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. Rhea's retaining. That's what I. That's my prediction.
My heart says Rhea, so mommy will be on top.
I think it's the only thing that makes sense right now. Becky just mentioned Rhea talking about how she had defended the NXT Women's Championship more times than Rhea has since she won it at Mania. And I feel like that has been a common phrase that people have been talking, when they're talking about Rhea, that she hasn't defended it enough. And I feel like it's going to play along with however Damian and Cody's match goes too. I think like if Damian loses but Rhea wins, like Damian's gonna question himself even more. Or if Damian wins but has a failed cash in and Rhea wins, like that's an added layer. But I really do think that they need to solidify Rhea as like this dominant women's champion, because I don't really see any reason to take the title off of her, especially for any of the girls that are in here. Like, we haven't seen Zoe really at all for a few weeks. I mean, it's like we saw her with Shayna, but nothing came of that. Shayna hasn't been around that much either. Neither has Raquel. Raquel hasn't done anything either. And Naya's just talking about squashing people. So, like, to me, there's just no reason to not keep the title on Rhea when you have Rhea on TV every single week, multiple times a week. So,
okay, I pretty much agree with everything you've said so far.
okay.
So, yield to redundancy. But wouldn't it be awesome if I
Nope.
mean Rhea's gonna win. I'm just gonna
Okay.
that's kind of the foundation here. But if Rhea just starts feud with Nia Jax,
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know what planet you think
but
I'm
she's
on,
not
but
like most girls.
that's not her song anymore. So
It's so I'm sad that it is. I'm sad that it isn't.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of I just can't think of any other outcome of this match other than Rhea Ripley winning.
I know. That's how I feel too. I just feel
Like,
like nothing else makes sense. We were talking about having the titles showcased, and in Logan Paul's case, I don't see any reason why you would take the title off of Rhea right now when you literally have her on your show throughout the entire 3 hours. So who else is going to be putting the title on television more than her right now? Like,
the only devil's advocate
oh Jesus,
wrench I'll throw into this, and this is more something I just like to think about, is it plays into the pre-story of what if she loses and he cashes in successfully,
yeah.
but Mommy's the leader of the group while Damien's the one who holds the title. That dynamic would be very interesting to explore. That's all that I'm getting from that.
Okay.
Not that I believe it's going to happen, but that would be a very interesting dynamic at one point I'd like to explore.
All right. I don't want to explore it right now, so that's why I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay. You're very just like stern looking.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading.
Okay. Rhea is winning and she's going to wrestle all of them again individually until Becky or Liv returning. Beat her for the title at Mania. Do we see a Liv Morgan return? A potential
No.
return? I'm gonna go
No.
potential returns here.
No.
I don't either, but throwing it out there for the peeps.
Not for
We got
this
two.
one.
All right.
That's the thing. You have to remember they're in Saudi also.
That's why I just
So it's like it's not easy to just be like, bringing all these people there and hiding them and people not seeing and whatever.
If Nia did win, I'd need a new TV.
I would need a new body because I jump out the window. So
would you open up that window?
This
fatal 5-way was created because Triple H sees online criticism that Rhea doesn't face enough women during her reign. So WWE gave her 4 to face. I mean, yeah.
Yep. And
that's basically it.
I want her to dominate. I don't want it to be one of those matches where all the other girls are fighting each other and then Rhea swoops in and gets the win off of someone else's back. You know what I mean? Very heel-like, very heel. But I want her to like dominate. I want everyone to have like their moment with Rhea in this match. You know what I mean? Where they're going back and forth and trading blows and doing all sorts. I want that to happen because then no one can have an argument about this. That they wouldn't be able to be mad about Rhea getting the win if she actually did fight everybody at some point in the match.
I need a moment between Rhea and Zoe. I think that would be an electric.
Even Rhea and Shayna would be cool.
That would be insane. Hard hitting.
More than just Shayna trying to put her in an armbar though. That's
No, I think we'll get some like I don't want to say jujitsu because I don't think that's the right terminology, but some sort of MMA martial arts type of back and forth to really show Rhea's I forget the word, but range. Thank you. That's the word. Way to be pits. Thank you, Sarah. Rhea needs to retain Ashton. We couldn't have said it better ourselves to wrap that up. So we both got Rhea, and I'm kind of all right. I don't see any need to be different there.
All right. So then we have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. And because I like to be disappointed, I'm picking Drew McIntyre. Because I am a masochist and I love to be in my own misery, I am picking Drew McIntyre.
Sarah, I'm also picking Drew McIntyre.
I was shocked at how many people are picking Seth so easily, but
okay.
I can't do it. I can't deal with another Seth Rollins win. I can't. It's getting me to that point where I'm like, I hate Seth Rollins, but it's more so of like, I hate Seth Rollins as World Heavyweight Champion. It's not like I hate Seth Rollins, but like I'm getting to that point where I'm getting so irritated. Like the same feeling that you have around Roman still being champion and like never being around. It's like that's how I'm starting to feel about Seth. And that's disappointing.
Yeah, it's a little bit much. It is too much. I don't know. I gotta change mine because that doesn't correlate. It's stale. And I hate to say that about
boring.
It's the song's great. You know, it's a great interaction with the crowd.
But it's the same thing every single week.
It's the same thing. And with how the product's going, we need to get fresh faces in there. We need new challengers. And the only way to get new challengers is to have new champions. Give Drew that reign that he so desperately needed after carrying the company through the Pandy Randy era, so
the easy so they're still kind of like teetering the line of Drew being a full heel, I mean, like we said when we were talking about Raw this week, it's almost like Seth came off more like the bad guy than Drew did. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see Judgment Day help Drew win. And I feel like that because that would be one of the easiest ways to ensure that people turn on Drew. In my eyes, because I think that if he were to win the title in front of people after them hyping the fact that he was the champion during that era in 2020 and that it sucked because there was no one there, they're going to cheer for that because it's going to be exciting because they haven't done anything with Drew to make anybody hate him. Because he's had these little tiffs, like these little back and forths with Rollins, but like still it's never become physical because Rollins was being protected until this last week. So I feel like, especially if it was like JD and Dom or something like that, or because I would say even Rhea, but like people love mommy, like she can't do me. So I don't think that, but I think if it were JD or Dom or something that got involved and helped Drew win, even if Drew didn't see it happening, didn't know that it was going to happen, like it could all just be that Drew had no idea. He didn't actually enlist them to help, but he saw that they helped him and he benefited from it, so he's like, okay. To me, that seems like the easiest way for them to get to hate Drew.
That's a very good way to get heat on him. I could see that for sure happening because boys, right now there's no reason. Like Drew is going about everything like it's all for me. I'm in business for myself.
Yeah, it's just the title. It's not Rollins. It's just the title.
Yeah, but I'm saying everyone thinks he's in business for himself when he's doing the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to do business with anyone. He just wants to stay to his own business.
Yeah.
Well, what a wrench to throw with Judgment Day's business seems like everybody's business. And then you have Judgment Day in Drew. Like there's a lot of connecting parts there. And it would really make it just for an incredible feud with a lot of different people on Raw. Like, for instance, Sami Zayn.
Drew was in a video package on Raw sitting in purple lighting. He made the Judgment Day deal. Dude, sick. I need it. Because that's the thing, too.
I love those. I love those little nuances.
I feel like he kind of, I just said, like, it doesn't even have to be that Drew knew. I think Drew does have to know. If Drew acts like shocked about the Judgment Day helping him, I think it's another thing that wouldn't get people to hate him. He has to either give them like a signal, or he needs to like acknowledge them and their help, or
Acknowledge
maybe once it
mommy.
gets on Raw, he could like thank them or something like that. But it seems like if they are trying to go in the direction of making him a heel, it is something that they have to do, because he's not, like I said, he's not going to get the reaction that they want if he just simply wins clean. Like, it's just not going to happen. And if you don't want people to turn on Rollins, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean turn on Rollins as in like cheer for Drew as opposed to booing him for winning, then that's what you have to do. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, okay, yay.
Just imagine him in Judgment Day too.
I don't know. It doesn't mean he has to be in Judgment Day. It just means that they work together when it benefits each other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like aligning himself is what I mean. Like, sorry for the correct terminology of verbiage. Aligning himself with Judgment Day would be a very interesting little.
It could also become a storyline in the future. Like, maybe he only aligns himself with Judgment Day when he wins the title. And then after that, he's like, all right, I got what I needed from you. I don't need you anymore. That could also start a feud with like Damian or Finn or whatever for the title. It just depends, again, like what direction they're trying to do with McIntyre, because they haven't really made it certain that they're going to make him a bad guy, or they haven't said that they were going to keep him a good guy. It's really hard to tell right now. So
it's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
I'm
excited though.
I'm very excited for this. I think this might steal the show. This match might steal the show.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my god, my Scottish
boys.
My Scottish sweetheart.
Scottish. Fuck you.
Oh my god, speaking of Yes Boys, they weren't even on SmackDown.
They're getting Elton Strong. That's why.
I was really bummed. I was like, what?
Elton Strong.
You're so mean. Do we have any comments that you want to get to before we go to the last match?
Let me see here. Okay. Ashton wants Drew to win very badly because he agrees with us that it's a boring reign. Seth wins. Good job. Seth wins, which fuels Drew's heel turn. I see Drew winning at Survivor Series in a rematch. Seth gives people 2 chances. Yeah, he usually does. Things are different now. Okay, when
that would be nice.
Involved.
Yeah.
Drew. Oh yeah, you already read that comment. Yeah. Drew coming out of Crown Jewel, a bad guy. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
All right, you need to stop saying the same phrases, okay? It doesn't hit the same when you've said it 3 times.
Oh, but Paul Heyman says it for 10 years.
Yeah, one time in like a 3-minute span. Okay.
You know what, Sarah? I'm just showing my love for the bitch.
Okay, we're moving on to the main event.
Okay, I guess we're moving on.
Yeah. Well, do you have more to say?
No, I apparently I just say the same thing over and over again.
Oh my god! Stop being a little baby. Stop being a Scottish baby. Stop being a Scottish baby.
You're upsetting the champ.
All right.
Sarah,
so now we get to the main event, which will be Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for the WWE Undisputed Universal World Heavyweight Championship. I'm just saying that's what Paul Heyman calls it. The unfortunate part about this is I'm very excited about this match. Overall, I cannot wait for the pop for LA Knight. Like, I just it's crazy to think, like, I know that he said it too on SmackDown during the contract signing, but like, it is insane to think about where he was a year ago at this point and where he is now. Like, we just got a Bray Wyatt return a year ago. And LA Knight was kind of like just returning as LA Knight. We were seeing the end of Max Dupree, and it took a while because even when they got to Royal Rumble, no one really cared about LA Knight except for a few of us.
Yeah, it was
us because it was us.
Oh, it was us. Yeah, but yeah.
So it took a while, but like, to think that he's now like a year later facing Roman Reigns is insane. So I'm going to soak in that moment as an LA Knight fan, and I'm going to be excited for him and for that. I'm just it does kind of suck that it's going to be that he loses this match, and I get it. You know, they don't have a long enough rivalry, enough story behind this to take the title off of Roman and put it on LA Knight. So I get it. It's not the time. But it does kind of suck, like, going into this match knowing that he's going to lose. But I am thinking that it's going to be a good match, and I think there could be some twists in it, which would make it a
There's
little bit
absolutely
more
going to
fun.
be twists.
Yeah.
There has to be twists in this match, and I've already been thinking of one.
Well, I thought of one earlier, remember?
We talked about that one already. Yeah, we teased that one.
Yeah.
So I won't regurgitate it again. I want your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Because we obviously know Roman is going to walk away champion, this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have to think about what's next for LA Knight after this.
Mm-hmm.
The only logical thing that comes to mind right now to give him something concrete moving forward
Mm-hmm.
is to have his next future opponent interfere in this match.
But why would any of them interfere in his match on behalf of the Bloodline?
But it's not me. He doesn't have to be because of the Bloodline. It can be just because they're setting up a feud with LA Knight.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't deserve an opportunity like this. He's only been here.
But who's gonna be that person?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to rack my brain.
But the thing is then it's when it involves the Bloodline, no one's interfering unless they have beef with the Bloodline, or they're like on the Bloodline side. It's not one-sided, because we've said that there's like so many different so many storylines lead back to Roman or lead back to the Bloodline. So for me, it's very hard for me to believe that they would send somebody out just because they were mad at LA Knight if they were not on the same side as the Bloodline, because at the end of the day, you interfering to prevent LA Knight from winning the title is helping Roman. So unless you're okay with that, then I don't see someone doing that. You know what I mean? Because like then you would start to question that person and be like, okay, why did they come out? Because even if it is just targeted at LA Knight, their actions benefited the Bloodline. So what is that person saying about the Bloodline and their feelings about the Bloodline?
What I'm just spitballing here for ideas because I love this idea that popped in my head. What if this match has JD getting involved, both Judgment Day and McDonough in a way? Because that's how Paul Heyman makes a deal with Rhea, so they both stay on top of their shows.
I mean, I just don't know that they need all of that. I mean, for Roman to retain, it's like Solo. If Solo wins, then Solo can come out. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know that they need to have, just if we're thinking, if everything that we've said earlier happens, I just don't know that every single match basically needs to have some sort of like outside interference. Yeah.
That's true.
Like that doesn't make direct sense.
That is way too chaotic. That is way too chaotic.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I think the Judgment Day are definitely going to have their hands in a lot of stuff that happens, but I don't know that they'll be involved in this because like they have no reason to really, other than trying to align themselves with the Bloodline, but they don't have any reason to take stuff out on LA Knight or to help Roman in this instance. It's not like, I mean, especially if they're trying to be supportive of Damian becoming champion, why would they want to help Roman? Because if he's going to possibly cash in, you don't want Roman to like come out, like,
yeah, it's
totally fine. You would want him to be beaten down, if anything, because you know that he's going to win.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I just at the end of the day, we want to be entertained, and we want to watch the best pay-per-view possible. And when you have predictable finishes, it's tough to get excited in that aspect.
Yeah,
your mind does start to wonder about how things will end and whatnot. And with the fact that this may be the one-off for right now for LA Knight, but you have to think he's ultra hot, like white hot right now in WWE and actually in the world. But how do you continue that? Maybe like, is it oh, he's now going to take 2 weeks off, 3 weeks
Yeah.
off, and then you have him come back and, he's got his eyes set on someone else? Do you just reignite the fire by having his next opponent or someone in the Judgment Day or Bloodline interfere? It's just there's so many avenues it can go down because it's like, all right, well, the story is Roman Reigns is going to win this match. He has
Yeah.
to finish his story, and I I don't know. I for a long time said I wanted to sit back and just enjoy the Bloodline for what it is, but I'm getting antsy here in apparently the bottom of the third inning. Like, I don't know what inning it
Well,
is anymore, Sarah.
and I think that's the thing is like, Jay is doing so well. He's thriving on Raw, and obviously that was something that they wanted. People are loving Jimmy and what he's doing because people are like, "Oh my god, he's hilarious," whatever. But the problem is there's only so much that they can do when Roman is not there. So they keep shooting themselves in the foot by allowing him to miss show after show after show, because then, yeah, we are getting to that point where no one really cares about what's happening with the bloodline because nothing's happening. Or if it is, it's the same thing every single week because Roman's not there to do anything. So if Roman wins, which we assume he will, that's whatever, that's fine, but then he needs to be back consistently. He cannot, and that's the thing is like people were mocking like you said, the AEW, like Tony Khan has another announcement. It's the same thing as like Roman Reigns returns. Like that's pathetic that we have seen that graphic so many times
It
when
is
it's the
absurd.
champion. Like there shouldn't be graphics being made every few weeks that are announcing that the champion of the company is returning, so they need to do where if he wins, then he needs to be around, because it's like, then it's going to be even harder for people to accept him being champion until probably WrestleMania. Like, we've gone back and forth. I was on it where I was saying I can't handle that. That's way too long. Then the bloodline was heating up and we were like, oh yeah, we're all in. And now we're back at that point where I want to bash my head against a wall at the thought of Roman being champion for another 5 months. Like, that idea is insane to me. And they need to change that.
I don't know how they do. Or
I,
if they don't change it, how do you make us not want to bash our head through a wall?
I don't know. That's what they have to figure out. The solution is easy. Have your champion be on TV. It's not that difficult. Like it doesn't even have to be like intriguing television every single week, but I think that a lot of people would start having less issues with him being champion if he were actually around. I mean, there's a reason why LA Knight is using his lack of title defenses and lack of appearances as a basis for some of his issues with Roman Reigns. He said it on the bump. Like, he was going in on him for never being around. Is that a good look for your champion? No, it's not. So they need
No,
to
it's
just
not.
have him be around. Even if he's not going to defend his title, at least have him on TV. Like, get off your lazy butt and just be there. It's one time a week, dude. One day a week. And you fly on a private jet. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
Tell me how you feel, Sarah.
I could every single day when it comes to Roman Reigns. So
those are our predictions. All right. We have Logan Paul, which I have a circle here, Sarah.
Oh.
Are you locking it in?
It's the only, so we only have one difference, right?
Yeah, I have Damian.
Oh, I have Cody and Damian. Okay. So we have two is that the only difference? It is, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Ray.
You're gonna take
I'm
Ray?
going to Ray. I'm going with Ray. Some of
I'll
that is
take
wishful
it.
thinking, but I'll put in Ray. I'm gonna have to clip this and put this in that video too, since I said that I would come back.
All right, you are in for Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Which, here we go. Those are our predictions. Locked and loaded. Crown Jewel this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. bright and early for you, Sarah. on the West Coast.
Yep. I get to like wake up and watch, I guess.
I'll be rushing home from the fish pier to
Mm,
watch. So exciting stuff. Or I might have off. Who knows? I'm trying to work around that, actually. I'm trying to kind of work around. So I'd work Sunday, where if I miss the Pats, oh, God. Oh, that would be tragic.
Missing the Patriots?
Like in one, the Patriots suck right now. I'm wearing
I
a
was going to
Patriots
say, would it
jersey.
really be tragic?
That was my sarcastic voice.
Oh, okay.
So 4 out of 10 sarcastic voice. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No, I can also I DVR it too. I DVR every Patriots game. So I would just rewatch it the next day because that's what champions do. And these two champions here in the artist streams just made our predictions for Crown Jewel. And as Sarah alluded to, subscribe, hit that bell notification to know when we go live, because we have a bunch of clips in the archives and even old live streams that you can check out. We have been monetized, all that stuff. So help us continue our goal to making this the
Watch
full-time
those
gig.
ads, baby.
Watch.
Don't skip them.
You see a Manscaped ad, you're watching the whole thing. Watch.
We also have affiliate codes coming, so.
Oh, what's up? Big things popping for us here at, I don't know, Pits and Sarah's Wrestling Show. So, yeah, go subscribe, hit that button, and check out all our stuff. Follow us on all social media platforms, which you can find all the links down below. And subscribe to my Twitch channel too. All right, I'm wearing a Patriots jersey because we just had our faux Patriots team that I have dubbed if Pitts ran the Patriots. And I'm not gonna lie, Sarah, you'd be a fan of my team for sure. Everyone would be. So the only way to go find that is checking out twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. And yeah, that's all we got. As AEW hits the Bezos TV, we're signing off. Thank you for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you got to do is try. We will see you on Friday for our just regular show. So tune in to Friday. We'll see you Friday. Yeah.